And how do you use AMH tests for fertility screening?
So the fertility screening means establishing your baseline fertility. So if you, for females, you establish your baseline fertility. We are not even talking about infertility. You are not even trying to conceive. We're talking about establishing your baseline fertility and predicting your future fertility for next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. How is your fertility is going to be like? That's called screening. So in the fertility, and I actually encourage all women after the age of maybe 20 or 25 to do fertility screening and to establish their own individual baseline fertility by doing only two things. So AMH test and pelvic ultrasound scan with antral follicle count, AFC. So, and maybe you should repeat twice. So let us say you do AMH test to establish your current egg reserve, and pelvic ultrasound scan for two purposes. One is to establish your AFC, antral follicles, that should correlate with AMH. It should be very similar to AMH in picomoliters in AMH. So, and also you do scan to establish your uterine health, to make sure that you are not developing adenomyosis, endometriosis, endometrial polyps, uterine fibroids. That's you do that as a baseline. Maybe after 3 months to 6 months, you repeat it again. You do again AMH test, and you again do antral follicle count on the scan, and also you check your uterus. So when you look at your AMH levels and AFC levels, you can actually tell your baseline egg reserve. You can tell your baseline egg reserve is very high, like in PCOS, or your baseline egg reserve is average, or your baseline egg reserve is very low. Your AMH is so low, antral follicle is so low. So that's you establish. Then you can predict how it's going to be in 5 years or 10 years. So, and or 15 years. If you're doing it at the age of, let us say, at 25, you can predict next 20 years until the age of 45. So that helps you to plan your future fertility. It helps you to make strategic decision whether you should do this the career professional projects first, or you should do fertility first. For example, if you have very low egg reserve, you may prioritize your fertility over all other things if it's important for you. For example, you can preserve your fertility if you can't get pregnant by freezing eggs or freezing embryos, or if you can get pregnant, you can get pregnant and solve this fertility planning and having baby plans early. Or if you have a high egg reserve, if you have a PCOS, then you don't need to worry too much. You can maybe wait another 5 years or 10 years before you start trying to conceive, before you, if necessary, if you can have a fertility treatment if you're starting later. So that helps to establish your baseline. For example, if you do AMH twice, 3 months apart, you add these two measurements plus divide by 2. Let us say your AMH is once 16, and next time it was 18. You add this and you divide by 2. Yeah, so and so you can tell what is actually your average. Same for AFC. Let us say your AFC is 20 once, then 18, and next time you add 20 plus 18 and divide by 2. That's together, they should really come close to each other, correlate, and that's establish. So your egg screens and establish your fertility. We are not talking about infertility. Yeah? So it's important not to mix. Fertility means that whether your ovaries will be functioning when you're ready to have kids, and your uterus is healthy enough to carry the pregnancy or gives you a good chance of implantation. Infertility means that you're already trying and you're not getting pregnant for 6 months or 1 year. So that's different. It's very multifactorial. But we are here talking about fertility screening. So if you have run out of egg reserve, you have run out of fertility. Yeah, so that's why AMH is a good tool for fertility screening. Why? Because its decline is predictable. So it doesn't just drop. Let us say your AMH, you got 20, like after 3 years, it becomes 0. No, it never happens like this, because unless you have a surgery on your ovaries, remove a lot of sleeping eggs as a part of surgery on ovaries, or have a chemo radiotherapy, we know if you have AMH of 20 picomoliters, so next 20 years gradually you will be producing eggs. Yes, the quality it declines, for sure it declines. That you need to take this into account. You are making fertility plans, but AMH gives you prediction. Approximately, we can't tell for each person exactly when they run out of eggs, but approximately how long you will be producing eggs for.